Welcome back to the channel, and of course Tuesday evening on Pokemon Go means only one thing, and that is of course Spotlight Hour. Now today we have got a quite exciting Spotlight Hour. It is the Water Festival event. It's only just started today, the Water Festival event. So as you can see, quite a lot of the spawns around us are water types, and the Spotlight Hour spawn is going to be no different. In fact, it is going to be Feebas, which is actually a really cool Spotlight Hour spawn, because normally during Spotlight Hours we have Pokemon which are full odds, 1 in 512 for the shiny rates, but today Feebas is actually 1 in 64 shiny rate, and that's a perma boosted shiny. It's always been 1 in 64, and hopefully we can get a few of those shiny Feebases today. Now we are just waiting for the spawns to change. These will change at 6 PM, which is in less than a minute's time. And then we will start seeing all the Feebas appearing. Hopefully be able to grab a few shiny ones. YT Slams is in the comments. Thanks very much for joining, mate. How are you today? We have collected all of our particles as we wait for this. So we will also discuss about the water event as well on Pokemon Go as we are walking around. But here is the 6 o'clock. So Feebas should start spawning in any second now. Hey, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So are these going to change into Feebas? There you can see they're starting to disappear now. Yeah, I'm good, YT Slams. Right, so Feebas Spotlight Hour. So it's the first time we've had a shiny boosted Pokemon on Spotlight Hour for quite some time now. And in fact, we're going to use a Lucky Egg and Star Piece, just because we should hopefully be able to do quite a few excellent throws on these. And what we are going to do as well is use a Roar of Time, just to extend those items for the next half an hour. So getting a full hour's worth out of those items. And then we'll also put our daily adventure incense on as well. But first of all, we'll catch these ones around here and see if we get any luck with these. So they are weather boosted as well. You can see there by the little symbol, it is rainy weather in game, which is ideal really. We've not had any rain for quite some weeks here in the UK. And then the day of the Water Festival event, we do start getting some rain. So let's Mega Evolve a water type. We might as well go for Primal Kyogre. It looks really cool as a Mega, especially the shiny version, when it goes to this lovely black colour. There you can see. And let's get catching these Feebases. Hopefully it isn't long until we see a shiny one. Hey Yellow, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So again, as always, if we do get a shiny one, I will allow people in the comments to try and think of a funny nickname for Feebas. Of course, nothing that's going to be rude or anything. Of course, the game won't allow that anyway. But think of a Feebas nickname that you would like to call a shiny one, and then we may name it after your decision. So keep that thought in your head for now, and then when we get a shiny one, you can start commenting down below. So there is a lot of Feebases around here at this moment in time. It's a really good place to start the Spotlight Hour. So many Feebases all in one place. And of course, Spotlight Hours and Community Days, we always get increased spawns as well. So you will see a lot more spawning than you normally would in one area. But we are seemingly staying in first ball, even if we are using Pokeballs, which is good going, being that we are weather boosted as well. So I'm quite happy with that. The fact that we can just keep using Pokeballs and not have to rely on the Greats or Ultras. Toby the Bird. I can see some name suggestions already in the comments for what we could potentially call the shiny. So we will start walking around now. Now we started clearing those spawns. Start heading to some more, and with that we will start our daily adventure incense as well. So we'll get around about an hour's worth of daily adventure incense as well, because of that Aurora time, extending it. Stopping to drop a like. All the best to Shiny Luck. Yeah, thanks very much, Dan. Much appreciated, even if it is just stopping by when you're busy. Very much appreciate that. Thanks very much. First incense spawn, of course, is a Feebas. So we're 4 minutes in. What are people's guesses as to how many minutes do you think it's going to take us to get a shiny Feebas? We're 4 minutes in so far. Let's see if somebody can guess how long it's going to take to get a shiny Feebas. By what minute of the hour do you think we're going to get the shiny? Comment down below. 24 minutes. You think it's going to take 24 minutes past 6 until we get the shiny? 3 more minutes. 40 seconds. I like the optimism. Let's see how close you are with that. 6:10 YT slams is 0-4. So let's catch all these and see if any of these are shiny. Again, another really nice spawn spot there. Krabby getting involved in the action. Shiny Feebas! Let's go! So I think the 40 seconds guess was actually the closest. It took us 5 minutes of a spotlight hour to get a 137 CP shiny Feebas. Told you. Very much so. Let's see if we can get another soon after. Maybe we can get one around 6:10 as well. YT Slams is trying to get the victory by picking up on a technicality. Seven shinies in total during the hour. That's a good amount if we can get that. How many shinies do others think that we can get during this hour? One guess is 7. Sent you a gift last night. You don't need to open it now. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. I will open it whenever I can. I do try and open gifts later on, because you never know, we could always interact a different way during the day if there was a raid or whatever. But yeah, that's why I always leave them at night until night time. Any more shiny Feebas around here? It is such a nice shiny, to be fair. It is a lovely purple shiny. Very nice colour to it indeed. I'm quite fond of the colour purple. Maybe my association to Gengar might have a thing or two about that. Another excellent throw. Reverse throwed that as well. Shiny Luck. So of course, Spotlight Hour always brings a Spotlight Hour additional bonus as well. And today is no different. We've got 2 times catch candy today. So each Feebas will actually be dropping 6 candy. And then we'll be getting some additional ones as well because of having a mega Pokemon of the same type. So probably around about 8-9 candy per Feebas. Not that we need the Feebas candy, I wouldn't say, but still, it's nice to get something additional. And then, as we mentioned before as well, it is the water event, and we have got the new fish Pokemon, Tatsugui or something like that. Don't know how you go around and pronounce that, but 3 different regional fish anyway. And I've managed to get one through a raid invite, but I haven't actually managed to get the one from my region as of yet. So we're going to keep an eye out for that on raids as well, and hopefully cut one of those during the hour. Maybe this raid here will spawn one, although I'm not going to wait 10 minutes to hatch. But I think we are on level 1 raids. Might have to leave early because I got them in Tuesday League. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I appreciate that people may be busy on Tuesday evening, but I do really appreciate anybody who tunes in, even if you are busy. So let's see what tasks we've got complete here. We've got a Rog and Roller. Excellent throw on a Rog and Roller. And what task is this? Palpitoad. So yeah, also with the water event, talking about the water event, we've also got the Lapras with a bow. If you remember, the Lapras with a bow got released a couple of years ago now, and that is now available on raids again as a level 3 raid boss. You could get that costume Lapras, and of course it is perma boosted shiny to 1 in 64. So again, another perma boosted shiny. During the water festival event, we also have Feebas and Clamperl, which are always perma boosted shiny to 1 in 64, which is the reason why we've had 1 shiny already during the spotlight hour, and hoping for a couple more. And very shiny boosted for the event only for the likes of Tortuga and Staryu as well. So both Staryu, the little starfish Pokemon, and Tortuga, the little tortoise Pokemon, both have a shiny boosted odds from what we normally are, where the full odds 1 in 512 to 1 in 128. So those are the shiny boosted odds for those. So overall, this water festival event hopefully can bring quite a few shinies to quite a lot of you watching with all the shiny boosted event Pokemon. Now, unfortunately, there's no additional bonuses like what we had last time with a 4 times catch XP and catch Stardust, but still it's very much a nice event to just take your time and catching things and seeing how many shinies you can end up with by the end of the day. Especially that shiny Tortuga, that's not long. Well, I think that's probably the most recent shiny out of all of those. And maybe quite a few people are wanting that this event. Hey Jonathan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So we'll keep an eye out as well and see if we get any hundos today. No hundos as of yet. Hey William, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. You doing tracking raid hour? I will be doing tracking raid hour tomorrow. I won't be doing it live though, unfortunately. I'll be hosting it in my community, so I'll be hosting my community around Terrakion raid hour tomorrow. Yeah, I'm good, Jonathan. Thanks for asking. Shundos. I haven't had a Shundo today, but I've got 13 in total, I think, now, after the latest bottle-capped party hat Gengar that we did. We made our party hat Gengar into a Shundo, but that was number 13 of our Shundo Gengar. Do you have a Gigantamax Gengar? Yes, Caleb. I remember you popping into the chat and asking that yesterday. ATC CP Feebas. So also from from this event, the Water Festival event, if you do want to try and get the shiny Lapras with a bow, the costume Lapras, again, it's on level 3 raids, but also you can get it from the win a raid task. So keep an eye out for that task on raids, and especially if you're doing Terrakion raid hour tomorrow, you could probably try and find 3 of those tasks before that raid hour, and then on the first Terrakion raid, straight away you will get 3 Lapras encounters as well by completing those tasks. So that is also a nice way to get it. And again, 1 in 64 shinies from the tasks as well as on raids for the Lapras with a bow. Trainer code, I will put that up in just a moment. Most favourite Pokemon is Gengar. Gengar is by far my most favourite Pokemon. Is there CP coloration to IVs like exists for raids? So there is, but the thing is that with the wild Pokemon, they can range from level 1 spawns up to level 35, and there's actually half increments in those. So you can have a level 1, you can have a level 1.5, you can have a level 2, you can have a level 2.5, and so on and so on. So there's actually 70 different levels that can spawn in the wild, and therefore you will have to know all 70 CPs for the Pokemon you're actually searching for. So it's very, very difficult. And of course, you may catch a Pokemon which you think that's a hundo CP, but in fact it's actually a worse one of the higher level. So it's probably, you can't probably tell from the wild. Only really from research tasks and raids can you tell if he's a hundo or not, because they are set levels all the time, either level 20 or 25 if it's weather boosted. Can I trade you one of my Zeramas enters for Gigantamax Gengar? You asked me this yesterday, Caleb. Shiny Feebas, let's go! So you asked me this yesterday, Caleb, but unfortunately, like I said yesterday, you can't trade unless you're close to each other. So you have to be really close to each other, within 100 meters, in fact, to be within trading distance. So unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. 2-star shiny Feebas, not a bad shiny. We've definitely had worse than that. And let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just catch these ones that are a little bit further behind where we're walking. Just catch up a little bit with us. Let's go down. Dark Eye lovers in the chat, thanks very much for joining. I have a shiny Gengar, but not your Shundo. I use the bottle cap on shiny. Didn't really see that then. Let me just catch from the comments on the comment phone. So what did you use a bottle cap on? Shiny Gibble. Shadow. On shiny Shadow Gibble. I don't think you can use it on shadows, can you? The bottle cap. I thought you could only use it on shinies. Shinies or normal Pokemon. I think shadows were excluded from the bottle cap. So maybe you just mean normal shiny Gibble. Still very, very cool choice. A Shundo Garchomp, which can Mega Evolve, it would be absolutely amazing. There's quite a few Feebases around here. So we had one guess as to how many shinies we're going to get during the hour. YT Slams guessed that we were going to get 7 shiny Feebases during this hour. So being very optimistic, but maybe we can. We'll never know until the end. But let me know how many shinies you think we're going to get during this spotlight hour. We are 17 minutes in and we have 2 shiny Feebases so far. So already a very good spotlight hour. And let's see if we can make it better by getting some more shinies, or maybe even a hundo. That would be nice. Yeah, shiny Gibble. Yeah, still very, very cool. Awesome looking shiny. Garchomp, of course, goes to that really nice. Well, it goes a bit darker colour, but when it Mega Evolves, it goes to that lovely purple colour. Purpley pink colour. Very, very nice shiny indeed when it Megas. Reminds me a bit of Gengar. Doesn't change so much when it's shiny compared to normal Garchomp, but when it Mega Evolves, it changes quite a lot, which is nice to see. Let's spin that stop there. Yeah, no worries. Thanks very much for joining. Hopefully speak to you very soon. Take care of yourself and I'll see you shortly, no doubt. So managing to excellent throw these quite easily. It's a shame we haven't got boosted XP event really today. But like I said before, the Spotlight Hour bonus is 2 times catch candy. So as you saw on that shiny one, which we followed the catch through, we actually managed to get 10 Feebas candy per catch, which was pretty decent. Of course, boosted by the fact that we've got that evolution, that mega evolution, or primal evolution should I say, primal Kyogre, which is boosting the amount of candies we get, as well as giving us a few extra XP as well per catch of these water types. So with it being a water festival, if you are going out and doing a couple of hours of catching during the festival, maybe in the evenings after work or school or whatever you've got to do during the day, then it may be advantageous to evolve a mega water type, just so you do get a bit more XP, because most of the Pokemon spawning are going to be water types. Of course, during the water festival, that's definitely what you'd expect anyway. Do you already have some lucky friends local you plan to swap shinies with? Good luck. I'm going to get comments keep appearing off screen. Good luck. I think you're going to get 6 for the hour. So 6 we are thinking for the hour. I have got some lucky friends that I'm going to trade with locally. I've got a lucky trade lined up tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet, but we're all going to sort something out tomorrow. And yeah, we have got quite a few more lucky friends locally as well. Cat Person says hi. Hi, thanks very much for joining. But yeah, I think lucky trade wise, I'm probably, my go-tos at the moment are trying to get a better shiny Zacian or Zamazenta, or maybe just trying for a Shundo Gengar, a normal Ghastly or Haunter shiny, of course. Or of course, I don't mind shiny Gengar. I mainly just want to try and get a Shundo Gengar from a trade. I think that'll be quite a cool trade to get. That's always my go-to, my backup plan. If people are struggling to think, I always ask to see if they've got a shiny Gengar or a shiny Ghastly or Haunter that I can have in return for whatever their favourite Pokemon is, shiny. But I think most of my Shundos have actually come from lucky trades, I would say. I've run around about 3 or 4, if not more than that, from lucky trades. Like I said before, 13 Shundos in total. A few from raids, a few from a wild, but most of them from lucky trades. So it's definitely a really, really good way to get Shundos in the game. We have hatched an egg. We have our incubator flashing away down at the bottom there. So let's put a 2-kilometre egg in, just to get that hatch-free eggs task done. So if you haven't already, make sure to like the video. You can do that quite easily on mobile phone by just double tapping the screen. There you go. If ever there's a reason to like the video, it's when we get a shiny. So double tap the screen if you're watching on mobile phone. If you are watching on computer, tablet or laptop, then make sure to hit that little thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. 3-star as well. Look at that. 14, 13, 10. So not bad for a wild spawn. Quite a nice shiny there, in fact. So I'm quite happy with that. Just waiting for this car to reverse back. And we can carry on walking down. But yeah, 3 for the evening, and we are 24 minutes in. So is there any more guesses for how many we're going to go? We've got 6 or 7 now as guesses. YT Slam said 7. And Dakota said 6 for the hour. So let's see if any of those are right. And of course, for those who are new to the channel, I always give the opportunity to the people in the comments to try and think of a nickname for our shinies. And it will, the funniest ones, of course, not rude because Pokemon Go won't allow it. And I don't think YouTube will allow much rude comments to be posted. But of course, try and think of something funny and humorous for what we could call our shiny Feebases. Let me know in the comments, and the best ones will get chosen, and we will nickname those shinies that we've got so far into those, and it will forever be known as that nickname in our storage. Ah, you're right.
Yeah, what am I better?
Yeah, not bad. How are you? Yeah. Somebody seems to have broken down on a one-way road, which is quite, or a single track road, which is stopping quite a few people and locals and walkers and cyclists. Not having a very good evening, that bloke isn't, but hopefully we can have a better evening with our shiny Feebases. Bar brooch. Trying to get in on the action. Part of our collection challenge as well. Now, if you are working on those collection challenges during this event as well, each of those collection challenges will reward the costume Lapras. So it is very much one of the featured Pokemon for this event. It's, of course, featured on raids, tasks, and those collection challenges. So it is no better chance to get a shiny Lapras with a bow than this event. So make sure to try and get one of those if you haven't already. I believe I've already managed to get one of those in a past event. So let's have a quick look and see if that is the case. In fact, I haven't. Which is the one that we got shiny? We definitely got one of them shiny. Yeah, it was that one. The one with a little bow. I think this was a Mystic one. For when we had the Mystic, we had Lapras, we had the Valor, we had the Ponyta, and then we had the armband Elekid for Instinct. So when we had the team challenges a couple of years ago, those were the costumes for that, and I was lucky enough to get the Lapras shiny of that. So this shiny Lapras with a bow is actually one we still need. Hopefully we can pick up that this event. So W Stalin, you have a comment in review. Tatsuragi Orange, Spain. So yeah, I'll show you that just in case people do want to add you for the different form of Tatsugi. So what I normally ask as well, if you do want to put your trainer code in the comments, don't just jump in on the live stream and dump your trainer code and then run. Of course, every trainer code that gets posted will come to me as a review, and I have to allow it or not in the chat. So it will take a couple of minutes to show anyway, if I do allow it. But I always try and ask people to just get involved in the comments beforehand and try and get involved in watching the stream before they end up dumping their trainer code and disappearing. just to be a bit more polite, really. And obviously it's nice to interact with new people. So can we get another shiny Feebas? Number 3, we had a couple of moments ago, around about 5 minutes ago now, if not more. So number 4 surely isn't far away. We're getting approximately around about 1 every 7 or 8 minutes at the moment. So you'd expect one shortly at the rate we're going at. $53 CP. So this spawn spot down here, which we're walking to, there's a few Pokestops, and you can see a few power spots down here. This is where we quite often get shinies during Spotlight Hour. It's just starting to rain here, so if you do see me wiping the screen, that is why, because everybody knows who plays Pokemon Go, it becomes increasingly difficult to try and catch Pokemon when the screen is wet. And especially trying to get those exit throws as well. Yo, Vincent, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. The next one will be shiny. Shiny Feebas? No. It's not notifying you again. Maybe you're turning a little notification bell off by accident or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I've been missing out. You have. You've missed 3 shinies so far tonight. 3 shiny Feebas. I'm hoping to get more as well. Yeah, it's a shiny boosted Pokemon today. 1 in 64 odds for Feebas, so we have been within the odds, I would say, for now, with the amount that we've caught and how many shinies we've got. Stuck at work like always. Shiny Feebas? No. We must be getting close now to our 4th one, surely. Surely we are getting closer. I think it's time to make me a mod. I need a mod that can at least get notifications up. Do you have a shiny Frigibax evolved all the way? Because I do. No, I haven't. I've managed to get 2 shiny Frigibax, but I'm probably going to save my Frigibax until the community day, which will happen next year for it. It's pretty much set in stone that that will happen. So I'll wait till Frigibax community day next year, next June. You'll get 9 shinies this hour. We need to pick up a pace if that is the case. We've got 3 so far. We need another 6 in 27 minutes. Tyranitar. Shiny Tyranitar, do you mean? Yeah, shiny Tyranitar. I think I've got a few. Yeah, I've got 8 of those. No, 11, 10 of those. Sorry. 10 of those, a few of them shadow as well. Shadow shinies. Yeah, I'll put my trainer code up on the screen in just a moment. Let me just try and catch all these Feebases first. And then I'll stick the trainer code up on the screen for anybody who wishes to add me. Zacian is currently my highest Pokemon in my storage. If we go CP, if you didn't include the Primal Groudon we currently got, this is our best shiny Zacian, 98 with a background shiny. Of course, a lucky trade, as you can see there as well. Very, very cool Pokemon Zacian. Very cool with her alternative forms, both Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, some of the best Pokemon in the game in terms of steel typing. In fact, Zacian is number 1, Zamazenta is number 2 as best steel types in the game, knocking what used to be the best steel type, Dustmane Necrozma, right off its perch. There is number 4. We have 39 CP for a shiny Feebas. Number 4 of the hour. Hey Kiki, how are you? Hopefully having a good day. We are having a very shiny filled spotlight hour so far. 35 minutes in for shiny Feebas. So we'll catch these and then we'll put the trainer code up on the screen. So just bear with me while I get these all in Pokeballs. Try and get a few more excellent throws as well. Missing out on the excellent throw that occasion. 244 CP, that's actually quite a high one for a Feebas. So what tasks have we got? We've got hatch an egg, which we don't really want. It's not an event task. And then we have got catch 15 Pokemon. We'll keep that in for now. Like I said before, win a raid gives you the Lapras with a bow. So that is definitely a task that we want. So friend code, if anybody does wish to add me, then please take a screenshot of this. You can also pause the video while we're live to write this number down, and then you can fast forward back to when we are live so you don't miss out on anything in live time. But the trainer code is 760780708259. That is my trainer code. If you do add me, make sure to just comment down below so I know who's added me. That would be much appreciated. Do you have shiny Lapras? I haven't got a shiny Lapras with this current costume, but in terms of Lapras and shiny, of course it is boosted shiny odds for Lapras anyway. So I have got 8 of those, one of them being a Gigantamax shiny. Very, very cool Gigantamax shiny. We actually managed to get 3 Gigantamax shinies during that first max battle day that it had, and it will have another max battle day this Saturday, the 19th of June. Oh, sorry, Saturday the 19th of July. Keep thinking June. Yeah, Saturday the 19th of July. This coming Saturday will be Lapras Gigantamax Max Battle Day. 2 PM till 5 PM, a bit similar to a raid day, except the Laprases will be spawning on all max battle spots instead of on gyms, of course. I fixed my notifier. Brilliant. Awesome. But yeah, we are wanting to try and get the shiny Lapras from this event with a bow. I'm hoping to get one of those at some stage. And if there's one about during the end of this spotlight hour, we'll try and head to it and see if we can get one during the live stream. That'll be quite a cool way to finish. We'll have to wait and see what appears on raids in the next 20 minutes or so. There's actually a 3-star right here at 7:01, 7:01 p.m. So maybe a Lapras spawning right where we are. So we may have to revisit this area towards the end of the spotlight hour if people want to see that. First of all, let's see if we can fill up these winner raid tasks. That'll be quite a good way of doing it. Get some more winner raid tasks in and get some more Lapras encounters. So 21 minutes remaining of the hour. We've got 4 shinies so far. Some actually quite decent IVs at the moment. Another Feebas there off the daily. So the daily just seems to be bringing Feebas to us, which is no surprise really, but we'll like to glaring burn at some stage. No hundos so far. And of course we are walking back partly the same way we came, so spawns will be a little bit sparse for a minute or two, and then we will end up in a new location that we haven't yet explored, so we should get some new Feebas encounters very soon. How's things been though on the other side of the pond? Yeah, it's not been too bad. We've had a lot of weeks now where we've had quite a nice sunny spell. Hundo Solgleo, that is very, very cool. Congrats on that. Do not form change it. Do not fuse it with a Necrozma, else you will lose it as a Hundo. It will take its stats from Necrozma, so keep it as Solgleo. You probably already know that. I'm telling you things you probably already know, but yeah, do keep it as a Solgleo. But that is a very, very cool Hundo you've got there. I definitely haven't got a Hundo Solgleo, that's for sure. But yeah, we have had a few warm weeks here in the UK, and we are now back to a bit of unpredictable weather. It's been raining on and off today, and it's still trying to rain now. In fact, the Shundo Haunter, I am so jealous. Shundo Haunter is amazing. D-Max, that is brilliant. Congrats on that. That is a very, very cool Shundo to have. Yeah, I did hear about the terrible weather storm that you had in the US. It's not very good viewing from what I've seen online. I hope everyone's safe and everything. Trainer Joy, thanks very much for joining. Open my gift. I will do in just a second. $1,500 Braviary, not bad at all. No way. Very lucky by the sounds of it to escape it. Hundo Braviary, that is a very cool Hundo. Is it a normal Braviary or the Hisuian one? Normal. I think both of the Braviaries look really cool, to be fair. I do like the design of both of those Braviaries, both the Hisuian and the normal. Right, Trainer Joy said he wanted me to open their gift, so I will do. 2 people have added me. We have Fatey Line God and Jaden Carson. I'm guessing you're both in the chat still. So thanks so much for your ads. And we will send you gifts as we are live. So if you can open those whenever you can, that'll be brilliant. And we'll open a few gifts now, just to level up with some people that we haven't leveled up with at this moment in time. Trainer Joy, if you can just remind me of your in-game name, that would be brilliant. And I'll open your gift now while we're doing it. Jaden Carson is me, the yo-yo guy. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks so much. Aspen Doom. Okay, I'll open your gift now. Let's check that Feebas first. No shiny. And let's open your gift now. There we go. What I should perhaps do as well while I'm here is nickname that to Trainer Joy. And then I know it's you. I can just type in Trainer Joy and it'll pop up. Save me asking again in future. So we'll just also see if we are going to level up with anybody else today. Let's type in friend level 3 and sort out by highest to lowest. These will tell us the people that we are very close to going best with. And you can see they're 3 days away. So let's try friend level 2. Again, this is the ultra one. And 1 day, so we can open that. And then that one also 1 day away. So we can open that one as well. Two days away. And let's just check trainer friend level 1. And we've got one here that I'm going to go great friends with. And no more. So that'll do for today. And look at all those Feebases. They have definitely stacked up while I've been doing that. I sent a gift. Yeah, thank you very much for that. What up, YouTube? Store and left my phone at home. Oh, amazing. There we go. A couple of our friendships coming through now. Racking up that XP while we've got that lucky egg on as well, which is all good. So yeah, thanks very much to everybody who's added me today. We can hopefully work up friendships over the next couple of weeks. And there it is, number 5, Feebas. Feebas number 5 on the shinies today. So nobody guessed 5, somebody guessed 6, and somebody guessed 7. We have 5 in total at the moment. Yeah, Dakota, I think it was actually, who guessed 6. So Dakota's only 1 away now from getting the right number of shinies that we're going to get during this hour. Any more guesses in the last 13 minutes? What are people's guesses? You can't guess 6, you can't guess 7, they've already been taken. Of course, you can guess 5 if you are under the impression we're going to get no more shinies. Or you can go even higher than 7. It is starting to really, really chuck it down now. Really badly raining, in fact. We'll try and see if we can put a hood up. It's going to be raining really, really bad at the moment. Still, that won't stop us. Let's see if we can get some more shiny Feebases A couple more here. Are any of these going to be shiny? It has really ruined the excellent throw possibilities here, the rain. Gangster Biggins, yeah, Rocks Gaming. Thanks so much for joining, mate. Gangster Biggins, got a hood up, cap on, proper gangster mode. He is absolutely chucking down here. It's amazing the English weather. You leave a house thinking, I'll wear a jumper because it may be a little bit cold, but perhaps I'm overdoing it with a jumper. Perhaps a t-shirt will be just fine. And then you, 45 minutes into it, perhaps should have had a coat. Unpredictable as ever. After weeks of wall-to-wall sunshine, we've now got back to the unpredictability of the rainfall. We survived with no rain, thankfully. Rocks is just rubbing it in now. That's started to ease off again now. So hopefully, I just need it to stop raining for the next 10 minutes. In that time, we can hopefully get to a couple more shinies as well. So what tasks have we got in? We've got another winner raid. We could do again one more of those before doing a potential Lapras trade. There it is, one more of those. So winner raid does reward Lapras. We've said that already, but just in case anybody is joined to the channel late. And of course, Lapras, this event has got that lovely blue bow on it. 1 in 64 shiny rate for Lapras, both off research tasks and in raids. And we're going to keep an eye out for a 3-star raid hatching soon. We've got one at 19:01, so just 1 minute past. You're going to get 4 more. 4 more in 9 minutes. Jonathan's piling on the pressure. Definitely piling on the pressure there, Jonathan. I think we've just had a star you appeared on the Incense, which, as we mentioned before, is a shiny boosted Pokemon during this event. Normally 1 in 512 along with Tortuga, but both of those are shiny boosted to 1 in 128 during this event. Shiny Staryu this morning, congrats on that. It is a very, very nice shiny, I must admit. Goes to a lovely green colour. Shiny Braviary, I have got quite a few shiny Braviary yet. Of both versions as well, both for Hishui and Aminormal. I'll show you in just a second. Dakota sat there hoping we would get another shiny. Dakota guessed that we were going to get 6 shinies at the start of this hour, and we are 5 shinies in with only 8 minutes remaining. YT Slams is sitting there thinking, hoping we get 2 more. He gets 7 shinies during this hour. So let's have a quick look at those Braviary somebody was just asking about. So as you can see there, we've got some shiny Braviary, and if we turn on the evolution, we've got some shiny Rufflets as well. So 11 in total, 4 of those the Hisuian variants. Lovely shiny, and that is an absolutely awesome looking shiny. This one a 98 as well. Super, super happy with that. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me. Come on, Paul, stop jumping. 7 more minutes to go. Tiny Feebas, that would have been such a cool shiny. That would have been an awesome shiny to get. Yeah, people can name the shinies at the end of a video. We'll go through them one by one at the end of a video when we do a little bit of a review. And we will name the shinies when we go through them. So get those name suggestions in your heads and get ready to type them down at the end of the video in the comments. And we'll go through them one by one and name the shinies. Shiny Necrozma or Tapu Fini. I think I've got both those. Shiny and Necrozma, there we go, we've got 4 of those, 3 of them are fused. And Tapu, yeah, we've got 3 Tapu Finis, Tapu Lili, Tapu Koko, and Tapu Bulu. So we've got all the Tapus. So in fact, in terms of Pokedex, if you go on Pokedex and go shiny, you can see there we've completed the Kanto Pokedex in terms of all the shinies in Kanto, all the Johto shinies. Hoenn, we are on 134, 95 in Sinnoh, Univille 139, 763 unique shinies on the game so far. Can we trade Hisuian? Unfortunately, I would love to be able to trade you a Hisuian Braviary, but unfortunately we can't because we're not too close to each other. You have to be within 100 meters, remember, to trade. So yeah, unfortunately that's not the case. 70 shinies behind Rox Gaming is. I'm sure you'll catch me up at some stage. Don't want to miss out on these Feebases. Missed that last comment, just bear with me a second. I swear to God, I thought Tapu Bulu was shiny lot because I raided 20 that raid hour and didn't get one. And when I was trading on the same, he got 3. So yeah, unfortunately, some of the legendaries, although it's 1 in 20 shiny odds, it is a continuous 1 in 20, so it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a shiny after 20 raids. In fact, my longest legendary shiny hunt was Zekrom. In fact, 175 raids for Zekrom before eventually getting the shiny. So of course, 1 in 20 odds it's supposed to be for Zekrom. It took me 175 raids to get that one shiny. Not my most favourite Pokemon after that shiny hunt. And then I've also had Terrakion, which took 106 raids to get shiny the first time round. And then ended up getting quite a few after that. So some of these legendaries do take quite a lot longer to get the shinies of, much more than the 20 odds. But then you'll get some where you'll get first raid, or second or third raid. So some you'll get very quickly, some you'll have to really, really grind for if you want them. But it is just all random numbers generator game, RNG game. Yeah, I think it's been a while since Zekrom was on raids. Zekrom and Reshiram, they normally appear quite close to each other when they do come on raids. Perhaps back to back, week after week. But it's been around about 6 months probably when we last saw him on raids. Storage is full. 6:58 as well on the clock. Are we going to get another shiny Feebas? with around about 90 seconds remaining, less than that probably. Can we get one more shiny Feebas to finish off our collection? Dakota's hoping so. Rare candy. Inside the last minute, the last few Feebas now being checked. Are any of them going to be shiny? I think it's either going to be the Primals and the Crosma coming in winter. That's my guess. Maybe so. Maybe so. We haven't had the Primals for a bit. I know we've recently had Groudon and Kyogre as their normal forms, but we haven't had them in their primal forms for a while. So I would fully expect them to be coming around at some stage. But winter time, I could probably expect Kyurem again. Kyurem seems to be the go-to winter Pokemon. And there it is, 7 PM. We have the spawns changing now and also the weather changing. So it was quite nice to get that rainy weather in game during the Spotlight Hour to get that extra weather boosted Pokemon. But let's have a quick look and see what we finished the hour on before seeing if there is any Lapras raids about. So let's go ahead and go to Shiny. And as you can see, we've finished on 5 shiny Feebas. So we managed to get this one, 137 CP. So make sure to get your name suggestions in below to what you think these shiny Feebases should be called. Try and think of a funny, quirky name for these pink shiny Feebases, purple shiny Feebases, should I say. We also had 111 CP, 177 CP, 39 CP, and 109 CP. So 5 shinies in total in the hour. Not bad at all, I would say. Mine from the start of the stream, Toby the Bird. So we'll go for Toby the Bird. Toby the Bird just about fits as well. We've got Mist and Chips. Mist and Chips. Does it allow the and symbol? It does. Mist and Chips. We've got Mist and Chips and Toby the Bird. Fake Magikarp. I don't know if that will fit. I don't know if that will fit. Yap Blue Gaming says, bro, we are this raid. Fake Magikarp. Let's see if that fits. It does, you know. It does. Fake Magikarp is in there. Is there any more name suggestions for these last 2 shiny Feebases? Think of a funny nickname if you can do for these little fellas. Let's just check Hundos while people are trying to think of names for these last remaining Feebases. Hundos. Unfortunately, no Hundos this hour. And let's just check Freestars to see if we did manage to get any decent normal Feebases, should I say. If we didn't get a Hundo, did we get the next best thing with a 98? 93 there. And 38 CP. 93 being our best one at the moment. And it looks like it will remain that way. 14, 14, 14 is the best one so far. And it doesn't look like we're going to improve on that. We got that 3-star shiny there, which we've now nicknamed Fake Magikarp. But yeah, it looks like 14, 14, 14 is our best one of the evening. Yeah, no more Magikarps there. What was Slam's YouTube? What did he want to name it? Yeah, what did Slams want to name it? I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, Slams, but what was your nickname choice, Slams? If you are still in the chat. If not, I'll catch up with Slams on the next chat, I'm sure. He normally tunes in quite regularly, Slams does, so he can always name it on the next chat if he has disappeared now. But let's have a quick look and see if we have any raids about at this moment in time. Now, I'm intrigued to see what that Lapras or what that 3-star is, which was nearby, but down the other end of where we are now. So let's go on the map of Campfire and see if we can see what it actually hatched into. So let's go down here, and it was actually all the way down here, and it is actually hatched into a Lapras. So maybe head down towards that, do the Lapras, and then finish the live stream if that's something people want to see. We have also got 3 Lapras tasks as well to complete. So can we get a shiny Lapras and end the stream on a shiny Lapras? That would be a very, very cool way to end the stream. So while we're walking down this way, we might as well do a route. Let's head pub to pub. That goes in this direction. And then let's make our way down to this Lapras raid. Hopefully get a purple Lapras on the stream. After this raid, we'll get 3 encounters from a research task from all these winner raid tasks. So 4 chances of a shiny Lapras appearing before we end the live stream. Hopefully we can get one. Shiny luck, I'm hoping we get the shiny Lapras. Can we get the shiny star? You on the way? We can't. Not on that attempt anyway. So as I mentioned before, the regional Pokemon, the Tatsugi, got released into the game today as well. And depending on where you are in the world, you get a different form of this little guy. If you're in the UK or in Europe, you get the orange form of Tatsugi, or Tatsugiri, if I'm pronouncing that right. And then if you're in Asia, you get the yellow form, which is this little guy here. Managed to get a remote invite this morning, and it was a 98 from Japan. So very, very cool off the first raid. 1954 was a 98. And then I think in America you get the pink ones, I believe. The pink version of it. So depending on where you are in the world, you may have to rely on remote raid invites to get the other 2. So I'm hoping to get at least 1 of each variant. So maybe I'll be jumping in a raid near you when you are doing one of the ones that I need. Let's see if anybody is at a raid. Unfortunately not. Can't bombard a raid while we're walking down. They're only available on raid, so don't keep your eye out in the wild. I think we're on 1-star raids, I believe. Could be wrong with that. They could be a different raid boss. Let's see if the in-game news tells us anything. Water Festival. See details. So here we go. We have got the curly form, the droopy form, the stretchy form. Radial ore modules will last 2 hours. Increased candy for nice throws or better. Increased chance to encounter shiny Staryu or shiny Tortuga. We've seen that before. Lapras wearing a scarf caught from raids may also have a seasonal special background. So can we get a Lapras with a background as well as it being shiny with a costume? That would be like the ultimate. That would be really, really cool. So 1-star raids, yeah, we can see Shelder, Ducklet, curly form Tatsugiri, droopy form Tatsugiri, and stretchy form Tatsugiri. So all of those are on 1-star raids. Then we have Kingler, Gyarados, Lapras wearing a scarf, and Azumarill on 3-star raids. And then of course, the raid boss for legendaries got changed at the start of this week. Solgleo got replaced with Terrakion, and then on mega raids we had, yeah, the shiny background would be amazing. But on mega raids we had Mega Charizard earlier this week replaced by Mega Blastoise as well, which fits in well with the Water Festival theme. And this morning we did get a shiny one of this little guy here, Persimmon. Managed to get a shiny one of him from a research task. If you are a regular viewer to the channel, you may see this one pop up on a YouTube short later on, which I'm going to post. But yeah, a very, very nice shiny Persimmon from research. I think it was catch 7 different species of Pokemon was a research. May have disappeared now, the research task, with the event task taking over at 10 AM. Zygarde cell. How many of those Zygarde cells have we actually got now? 251. I think you can only hold a maximum of 300, so we are going to max out at some stage. And somebody is in this score bunny. Looks like somebody's taking down this score bunny. Let's see if we can bombard their lobby. Maybe we've already done it. One-star raid egg hatching down the street in 30 minutes. Or if it's the pink form of the new Pokemon, then I will definitely have it. I only need one just for a collection. Don't mind how bad it is. We've already left by now. So not far away now from this Lapras raid, around about 5 minutes if that, just to walk down to it. Are you into football? Yes, I am. I'm into football, although my football team isn't doing very good at the moment. But yes, I'm into football. Good luck on the Lapras. I'll be down for that raid if you have spots. Yeah, of course, if you want to raid the Lapras, by all means. Anybody who wants to raid the Lapras, let me know in the comments. If you've already got me added as a friend, then you can jump in via the friends list. And if you don't know how to do that, then if you go on your friends list, when we jump into this raid, when you see me jump into this raid, go into your friends list and go at a raid. And as you can see there, you can see these 3 people who are currently at a raid at the moment. I will appear on that list as at a raid, and you can click on that and it'll take you to a raid and you can just jump in with me instead of waiting for me to invite. So if anybody does feel like they want to do that, I will let the Lapras count down to give you time to get in. But by all means, join me on this raid if you want. Maybe you can get a shiny with a background, that would be quite cool. The rules are, though, if anybody does get a shiny from my raids during the live streams, you do have to nickname it Danzo is the best. Don't know if that's too long, actually. Maybe just Danzo is best for a bit of a short abbreviation. Did they recently add that raid thingy? They added it a few months ago, in fact. So it isn't, probably around about 3 months ago, something like that, 3-4 months ago. It was around about the Go Tour at the start of March, I think we added it. Some people had it for trial since like the start of the year, and then I think it got officially released globally around about March time. So yeah, about 4 months now we've had it in the game. But obviously it is well hidden, so if you've not already been shown it before by somebody else, then of course you may not know about it. Unknown L has been kicked off a gym. So the Lapras raid will be the last involvement on the channel before we finish the live stream today. So if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on that notification bell. We go live consistently every Monday and Tuesday for Max Monday and Spotlight Hour, just like we have done this week. And then we also try and go live towards the end of the week, either Friday, Saturday or Sunday. But if you've got that notification bell turned on, it will pop up when we do go live. And that's just a live video, mainly playing whatever the weekend events are. Sometimes, like this last weekend, we did Community Day. We did some of the Community Day Eevee. And then, of course, we may do some of the Water Festival event later this week and see if we can get this little guy shiny on the live stream while he's boosted. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on, and you won't miss when we next go live. Almost here now, so anybody who's wanting this raid, get ready on that friends list to join me. We'll try and send invites out to people who have recently added me, who I know are in the comments. So also just make sure that you're online, that you're visible online, else I may not send you an invite. So just switch that little toggle up there, change your status to online, and then I'll be able to see that you're online, ready for this invite to come through. It's just about starting to get heavier again on the rain. Maybe a little bit of a tree that we can just hide under while we do it. Hopefully within range. There we are. Yeah, I think if we stand here, we shouldn't get too wet. So for anybody wanting to join me, make sure to jump in. What's your team? Sorry, I didn't reply to that. Yeah, what's your team? My team is Man United, unfortunately. Not doing very good at the moment. Had a terrible season last season, and the transfer market isn't going very well. Did you recently add that raid thingy? Yeah, I've already answered that. So Deadpool is in. Let me see if anyone else recently have added me. I'll invite you. Dakota, I think, was also down for this. Which, if I'm right in saying, which one was Dakota? What was your in-game name, Dakota? F-A-Y-T. There we go, I've already invited you. You're already online, you've already been invited. I invited you and I didn't even know who I invited. So there you go, that's how efficient I am. Soul Edge comes out. So yeah, the Hone Edge comes out next week. And with that Hone Edge event, Hone Edge, Double Edge and a Gleesh, is it called? Really, really cool Pokemon them are. And they come out next week. Tuesday next week, that event starts. And again, that event is another 4 times catch XP and 4 times catch Stardust event. So hopefully loads of XP and Stardust during that event. And for anybody who's not already seen the most recent 4 times catch XP and 4 times catch Stardust event, the one that we had last week, the Hisuian Celebrations event, there is a YouTube video up now on my channel where I discuss that event as a whole and what we managed to get in terms of shinies, hundos, and also XP. So make sure to go check that out after this live stream. But this will be it for today. After this raid, let's see if we can finish on a shiny Lapras. Maybe even with a special background. That'll be pretty cool. So I think Lapras on raids, unless it's weather boosted, of course, is around about 1509 for the hundo, if I remember right. Could be miles off with that, but for some reason I've got 1509 in my head from many years ago when it had a raid day. So let's see what this counts down to. And there it is going down, and where's it going to stop? 1449. So if it is in fact 1509, we are miles off the hundo. but can it be shiny? Can it have a background? Let's have a look. No shiny. There is a nice little costume. And let's see what sort of IV it is. And in fact, if it has got that seasonal background, which it may have. So there may be some interest for this in raids, with it having that chance of having a background and it being a costume. And like I say, it's this costume, the bow costume's only been about once before. You may have already had it from previous, or you may be trying to shiny chase it like I am now. I'm not too bothered about the background, but it would be a nice icing on the cake if you do get a shiny with a background. Would just make that shiny a lot more rarer. Not only the costume, but with a background. That would be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, Dakota, how you managed to get on, what sort of CP you managed to get, and in fact if it was shiny or had a background. There we go, 1449. If my calculations are right, background, there we go. Nice seasonal background, but only with a 2-star. So a 10, 13, 11. Probably one of the worst Laprases you can have, but it has got the background. It's a shame it wasn't shiny. We could have potentially lucky traded that with somebody else who was lucky enough to get a shiny with a background. That would have been pretty cool lucky trade. But let's go through these tasks and see if we can get one from here. 1102, we're not going to catch these. We'll save the catching for later. 1102 CP on the first encounter. 1104 on the second encounter. Are we going to get higher than that? Are we going to get a shiny on the last encounter? No shiny. 1104 again. Let's just catch one of these 1104s and see how good it is. I think the hundo from research task is around about 1115 if I remember right. So let's just catch this one and see how far off it is. So 1104 of a task again is a 12, 14, 12. So only just a 3-star. And like I say, around about 1115 will be the hundo CP to keep an eye out for Lapras off a research task. So that is going to be it for today. 1453 Dakota got. No shiny and no background, but fun. Yeah, thanks very much for joining that, Dakota. Much appreciated. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's live stream. Thanks very much for everybody who's tuned in and got involved in the comments. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on that notification bell. We will be live hopefully by the end of this week for the Water Festival event, where we can have a couple of hours walking around and trying to chase those shiny Laprases. So make sure to keep an eye out for when we are going to go live later this week. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all